They don't hold anything back. They do a normal long hold, boom, nade. They come in here, double nade, and they get aggressive right away. And this works out because MP9 is close range. You probably could get that kill with an M4, but he's just spraying down, able to kind of run and move. What's up, guys? It's n0thing Gilbert, and I'm back with another video for another ZOWIE Esports class. These ones were Vitality versus MongolZ, and Vitality did basically crush the MongolZ. And this is actually just a couple of small things that I wanted to highlight. So we're gonna jump right in here and watch. So as we watch this round, you know, Vitality wins the first 2 rounds. They know MongolZ is gonna buy. Vitality still has a couple guys with, you know, MP9, FAMAS. So it's a buy round. They have everything they need to a degree, but what they want to make sure they do here is play in a way that allows the MP9s to get fights that are good for them, right? So what I like right away is Flames and Vitality. They don't hold anything back. They do a normal long hold, boom, nade. They come in here, double nade, and they get aggressive right away. And this works out because MP9 is close range. You probably could get that kill with an M4, but he's just spraying down, able to kind of run and move, do some damage. Now, the next part of the round, Rops. What you will see right here is Rops is playing a normal setup. He's kind of just not smoking or mauling because he wants to like give them a chance to peek him because he has an M4 and he wants to win that fight. But what happens right away is n0thing just got a kill, and even though 8 didn't get a kill, Blitz here, he made noise shooting the smoke. So his teammates' communications is what I want to highlight here, guys. You got to pay attention to what's going on across the map and not just stare at your crosshair. Because right here, Rops is immediately going to get aggressive, and he pushes all the way through. Imagine Rops stayed B, right? Stayed here or here, you know, here, any of these positions. There's a good chance if they get this kill here, it's a 2 versus 3. 2 versus 3 here on B is very winnable. But Rops playing in a way that was unpredictable. But now that he's clearing middle, he's basically saying like, hey, they could be up catwalk. They could be going up a B, maybe. I'm rewrapping. And then this kill. That is so funny. Like that, even if n0thing killed Apex right there, Rops was probably gonna trade him and they would still be then in a 3 versus 1. They would win. But like this is one of those situations where if Rops died earlier, this could have been a completely different type of round. And Vitality does this a lot across maps where they move around and they take initiative off information. They don't just say, well, my team got 3 kills, I'm just going to sit back because we have an advantage. No, he makes an aggressive play, takes the ground that's given to him. You want to move around and be unpredictable. If you just play the spots that the teams can pre-aim every time, you're going to lose more rounds. So as we start the round here, it's a pretty standard round from both teams. The T's are sending about 4 towards the B side, mid side of the map, right? Kind of do it at mid default. Well, what happens is Apex tries to just timing an HE grenade early and he goes down. And a normal scenario for you guys in pickup games or in your matchmaking in Premiere, your guy dies connector and your A guy just tries to hold A solo, and maybe your other window guy rotates to him and there's this big gap. And if the T's don't do something fast, you're worried that they could be kind of coming up this way or boosting window, or are they just going to throw A smokes over, you know. Flames, like if he were to push in here, it's not a bad play. But what Vitality does next, ZOWIE makes a risk towards the B bomb sites. If they hit A, oh well, we probably lose the round anyways because it's a tough hold. Like ZOWIE is just holding cross here and Flames is here. So what they have to do is take a risk. So the first risk they take is ZOWIE going to B. Rops, you're just kind of watching Cat jiggling this area, trying to get info. Then next, now look at Flames. Flames himself also says he recognizes the risk, right? For him to try to hold A alone while ZOWIE was already stacking B, he said, you know what? All or nothing, because if the T's take A, we're going to be playing retake anyways. If he stayed here, maybe he gets 2 if he's lucky. Most likely probably just 1, maybe 0. So he's leaning now. He's using radar and communication to sync up with Rops and to give them a chance to get a kill. So look what happens. He comes up here, sees a gap in the smoke, gets the frag, And now he uses sound, so he makes noise running away and reloading to give Rops an opportunity. Rops gets kind of unlucky here because look at, he sees the opper, kind of whiffs a little, but that was a great, like, in terms of outplaying, one thing this has done now is it has kept Mongols guessing. Mazinho, until just now, didn't realize that he could probably speed up, and now he starts speeding up. Flames is able to get a kill. Here's another chance where they're just aware of the rotations. Mezzi gives a sound bait, runs across, and he just keeps running, and ZOWIE smartly takes a risk, goes through, gets the kill. Now he goes. What is he doing again? He's looking at radar. He sees where Mezzi is. He wants to jiggle and try to get info and bait out the fight until this number 2 right here, Mezzi, is closer. So watch him. He's going to prod, jiggle, jiggle, you know, jiggle, 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 shot. Commit because he knows Mezzi is close, right? Because now Mezzi is close. The smoke could have caused issues. And again, now he's baiting the shot because they need to play off each other. And this is probably the most common part of the round. Whatever goes in, gets to trade frag. But what you guys could take away from this is, one, you don't always need to stay in your bomb site just because that's your spot. If your team loses a guy right here or here at the beginning of the round, it's okay to take a risk and rotate together and fight mid, or push A main and leave the A site open. The two keys are you do it together and you communicate. Because if you want to push A and say, hey, we're leaving connector and window open, that's fine. Now these B players can maybe shift, instead of playing here and here, this guy could rotate all the way to here and maybe watch this. And this guy can come back all the way here and watch this. And you guys can play in a way now to where you're really playing for A. You're putting maybe someone in A ramp, right? And he's going to push through and flank, and another guy behind him is going to go palace. 1B, 1 here. So you're really giving the T's the whole map. But if they do come up A off those kills, this is another scenario where you could actually be close to pinch, pounce, and you might just surprise yourself the opportunities you present to win the round that you didn't expect by being unpredictable. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed another ZOWIE Esports class. Let me know if you guys want to see anything in particular in the comments, and I will see you in the next ZOWIE Esports class.